Hey guys, and welcome back along to the channel. Today you are joining me. It's kind of a bit of a follow-on really from last video. I'm out with my RealitySoSubtle 6x17. My last video was me just getting to grips with it, getting my first roll of film through it. But today I'm heading down here, the Beachy Head Lighthouse. I'm really hoping I've got the tide right, because if I haven't, I'm stuck. And yeah, we're going to see what we can capture down here. So I've got my RealitySoSubtle 6x17. I've also got my Mia 6x6 as well. I was out with that last weekend. Me and the family were up at Alton Towers theme park. If you've seen one of my previous videos where I took this on some of the rides and stuff. Unfortunately, that didn't go quite to plan this time. It was incredibly busy. They didn't like you taking nothing on any of the rides, so I didn't get many shots up there. So I'll probably just put them in a little blog post, and I'll try and hopefully finish off the roll of film today. But it's an absolutely gorgeous day. We've got some cloud finally, and seriously, it's absolutely stunning down here. I'm really looking forward to this. So let's see what we can get. So my first shot I'm going to do quickly with my little Mia. I think this will work quite well. Already got wet feet. Nice old chain in the water straight down towards the lighthouse. So I've got my little Mia 6x6 set up with this chain. It's probably going to be a little bit low, so I might try it on the way back on my bigger tripod. But I'll put a green filter in it. The green filter should darken the reds. So I've got the red on the lighthouse. It should darken the blues a little bit and also lighten the greens, and obviously there's some green in the water here, so let's just quickly work out my exposure time. So with the filter I get a 2-second exposure, then with the reciprocity it's about 7 seconds. So So this is where I'm hoping I've got the tide right, because if I ain't, I'm going to be marooned on this little rock. But I'm hoping from here it should be quite a nice picture. Okay, so I've got my first shot set up with my 6x17. Here's what we're going for. Straight towards the lighthouse. Hopefully keeping that nice and central in the image. And it's going to be a nice wide one all the way out here, all the way off over here. I'm going to use the centre pinhole, so everything should hopefully stay nice. Got about 2 wet feet and a 2-second exposure. So what composition wise, I just wanted to cut through this little channel here. I was looking at having a rock as a bit of a foreground, but it's not really going to work where I am, so not just yet. Anyway, let's quickly capture this. Center pinhole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I don't know. Let's get out of here. Okay, so here's my next shot. This being a 70mm focal means I can't get too close to the lighthouse, so this should squeeze it in nicely. Plus I'm hoping get a bit of a reflection in this. Just running along down here, got about a 15-second exposure, so I certainly ain't going to make it on the lighthouse today. I think the tide's still got about another hour or so to go out. I think it's only like a low tide you can then get onto it. Love it, I love a lighthouse. I'd love to live in a lighthouse. So while I'm this close, I'm going to get a quick couple with the 6x6. Right, so I was debating whether to do this shot or not with the 6x17. But then my concerns were the tripod sitting too high, not having a lot of space. But then I remembered that it has little rubber feet, so it should just sit nicely like that. I just need to balance it out on the barnacles, try and get it nice and flat, and then I'm going to have this view, rock here, kind of looking all the way down. You'll probably get the corner of the lighthouse in as well, but this would be better from over there, but my parkour skills aren't quite up to scratch. Right, so I've got a centre pin out. Green filter, just it's a 400 speed film, and the exposure times are well under a second, which is pretty hard on a Pinhole. So this should froth out the water, mist out the water a little bit. So let's go. So there's these interesting sculptures made out of driftwood down here. I'm trying to think if it would work for a photo. I think I feel more comfortable being up there than down here. All it's going to take is something to chuck a rock off. Ooh, and I'm gone. Or jump. Lots of people jump here, unfortunately. So I'm going to do this with the 6x6. I think it might work a little bit better than 6x17. 1/3 of a second exposure time, so I'm just gonna guess it. And then I've got an idea for the last one, my 6x17, but I don't know. Oh man, this is painful. So we're going one. Oh no, I got one more. Look at that. I thought that was my last shot. Unless I forgot to wound it on. I don't really know. Let's do 2 of this then. Get a bit closer to this face. See, it's hard to tell how much we're going to actually, how much detail we're going to capture in this, because the wood matches the rocks. So this eye is going to stand out. So it may work, it may not, but I don't mind doing this stuff on. Oh dear me! Don't sit on that. Broke it even more. Right, let's go for this and not break it anymore. One. And that is the 6x6 done. Right, so here's the plan. Follow this line. So the lighthouse should be right on the edge of that frame, and then looking out to sea. So I say with the curved plane, that should sit absolutely perfectly. I'm just waiting for the sun to stay behind the clouds, then whether to put a filter on or not. And that, yeah, I think I'll quite like that. Again, the more I kind of use this camera, the more I kind of think colour film would really suit this. But anyway, I'm going to use the pinhole which drops the horizon down. So I don't think I'll get it on the middle one. Yeah, so I'm going to open the top pinhole which will drop the horizon to the bottom, so we're going to get much more clouds, and we've got nice clouds today, so that's good. Right. Perfect, about 6-7 seconds. And we're done. What has happened to that? I'll tell you what's happened to that. This isn't a RealitySoSubtle problem. This is a Fomapan problem. And this is something I've had for a little while now. Now, it's not normally this bad, and there's a reason why it's bad on this, but on Fomapan film, I don't know if this is on all or just certain stock, but they have a little hole right on the very end of the film, and it normally catches on my last shot. I've been getting it with my my little 6x6. You would have seen my last shot with the 6x6 had a little circle on it. Going back some time, this image here had it quite bad, and this one here. Now, a lot of the time I can just spot remove it in post-processing. The reason why it happens so bad on the RealitySoSubtle 6x17 is during the last exposure, the little hole is actually sitting all the way out, so it's not a problem. If I close the little red window, like I should have done, that'd be absolutely fine. But because I left the little red window open as I advanced the film on, that lines up with the centre, the light comes pouring through, and because it's a curved plane, it basically fills it all up with light, thus getting a shot like this. So what can I do about it? One is to, obviously the little red window, something like my 6x6 is to just put some tape over it. That will completely get rid of it. This is something I have known about. I normally ignore it, but I cannot now ignore it on the 6x17. So I'm a little bit gutted, but it is part of the learning process. Now, anything else on this shoot you may have noticed on the 6x17 is this area here on 2 shots. Here and here both look a little bit almost light leaky-ish blurry, but what that happens to be is my dirty filter. These were both taken with using the green filter, and when I inspected it afterwards, it did have a dirty mark, and comparing the two images, there were a few things in it which sat the same. So I am going to resist using filters for a little while. The problem with something being so much wider is the light is creeping through a much harsher section of the filter, so whereas normally you just get a little bit, this is actually coming through a lot more, so it's going to pick up a lot more. So this was a bit of a learning curve. However, overall, absolutely loved again being out with the 6x17, and great fun as always with the 6x6, and obviously I really hope that you have enjoyed the video. Regarding the theme park shots with my 6x6, none of them were that great, maybe a couple which I'll show here. So I'm not going to waste my time putting them into a blog post, but anyway, I'll have all this written up in a blog post, and you can go back and check all the photos from this shoot, so make sure you do that. And as always, thank you very much for watching and joining me on this little pinhole journey. Thanks guys, I shall see you next time.